Greetings and welcome to Political Empire. I'm your host, Kim Pearsall with the Press Enterprise and PE.com. We're going to talk today about how Gavin Newsom is calling in the big guns to talk about the financial foreclosure proposal that San Bernardino County has made. And then we're going to talk about the candidate race in the 40th district. We've got Jim Miller on the line who's going to tell us a little bit about that race. And we're going to focus on one race at least once a week in a segment on Political Empire. So first, NEWSOM demands investigation when big financial firms recently came out publicly against a proposal in San Bernardino County for an elected body to perhaps use eminent domain to seize underwater mortgages. Were they colluding together? Well, Gavin Newsom, the state's lieutenant governor, recently asked Eric Holder with the Department of Justice to investigate possible antitrust violations because of comments made by the finance industry that the plan could make it harder for others to get loans. Newsom has supported the proposal by a joint powers authority made up of San Bernardino County, Fontana, and Ontario, which is looking at creative ways to address the home foreclosure situation there. So there you have it. Newsom is going to be calling in the DOJ to potentially investigate collusion. And now we're going to highlight one particular race in the Inland Empire with our Sacramento correspondent, Jim Miller. Jim, how are you doing today?
Oh, doing okay, Kim.
Fantastic. With 2 months left to go before the election, we here at Political Empire plan to highlight some of the many races that are going on in the Inland Empire. And now we're going to highlight the 40th Assembly District race. Jim, tell us about this district and who's running for it.
Sure. Yeah, this is one of the districts, like all the districts, that is different from what candidates ran for in 2010, although quite a bit of it is the same territory as the current 63rd Assembly District. And the two candidates, the top two candidates, really the only two candidates who ran for this are Mike Morrell, who represents the 63rd Assembly District and moved into the 40th to run, is a Republican from Rancho Cucamonga, and then Russ Warner, who ran for Congress unsuccessfully a couple times over the years, is a Democrat, also from Rancho Cucamonga.
And how is this particular race shaping up so far?
So far, like a lot of contests, it's just past Labor Day, the traditional start of the election season, and so far it's been fairly quiet. The interesting thing about this is this race has not been listed on the targets that were put out by the Assembly Speaker. The registration is quite close, almost even between Republicans and Democrats. But the influential California Target Book, which kind of analyzes congressional and legislative races, they ranked it as a target, as a potential target. Just because of the close registration, this is a place where both Obama won by several points in 2008, and Jerry Brown and Meg Whitman effectively tied in 2010. That.
Well, and considering that tight registration, how do you personally predict this race may go based on what you've seen so far and reported on so far?
Yeah, I mean, that's the interesting thing. I mean, we'll definitely know more as the election gets closer and whether there's any sign of a wave one way or the other in terms of the presidential race or the initiatives. I mean, I think Mike Morrell, he's an incumbent member of the legislature. He definitely has more financial resources right now. If the Democrats win here, that would I think be a surprise.
Well, Jim, thanks so much for joining us today to give us a highlight of the 40th Assembly District race. And of course, you'll be back to tell us about more of the races that folks can expect before November. And thank you for joining us for another edition of Political Empire. We'll see you tomorrow. And in the meantime, always check PE.com and the Press Enterprise for all your latest political news.